Since the pandemic began, I've been staying in one of the most beautiful regions on our planet, the sacred valley of the Incas in Peru. But regardless of how beautiful a region is, for a traveler at heart, the desire to explore, to experience the unfamiliar, is almost as strong as the need to breathe. After many months, I'm finally leaving the familiar behind. I'm gonna get that sense of exploring somewhere completely new again. For the first time since this damn pandemic began, I'm going somewhere totally new today, or at least I'm going to try to. I'm going to drive towards Manu National Park. It's sort of in the jungle / rain forest, cloud forest. I don't know what the technical name for it is. But there is a viewpoint there which is meant to be beautiful. And yeah, I want to see if I can drive a bit further up as well. There are supposed to be some settlements. It's supposed to be a different world out there. Obviously, I'm going to be very cautious, but very curious to see how far I can go. This trip will be a little unpredictable. I don't know where I will end up, so my girls have decided to stay back. It will get lonely without them, I know that. But for now, the euphoria of being on the road is overtaking the feeling of loneliness. My journey takes me through a few towns and settlements. I keep my interaction to a minimum, but the locals that do cross my path assure me that their lives go on as normal despite the pandemic. I'd like to spend this night at a viewpoint called 𝗓𝗏𝗄𝗎𝗄. On an ideal sunrise, you can watch the fog clouds open up above the jungle and reveal a view that stretches as far as the eye can see. I took a wrong turn and lost some precious daylight. The GPS predicts that I'll still make it to the viewpoint before sunset. But a surprise awaits. Alright, so I didn't get too far. The viewpoint is closed due to COVID. There was a park ranger there. I asked if I could maybe go through, but he said no, it's not yet ready. It's not prepared to receive visitors. I don't know what that means exactly, because it's just a viewpoint, but you know, whatever. He did tell me that I can keep going and that I can have an insight, a look at the jungle or the rainforest along the road to 𝗶𝗏𝗄𝗺, a small town further down. I'd have to drive down there, and after that apparently I can't go any further, but I might just check out how far I can go. Through my travels around Peru, I've learned that you can very easily unintentionally get into some adventures on these roads. And this is what I mean when I say that in Peru it's very easy to unintentionally have an adventure. Just a change in weather, taking the wrong turn, and that's it. You are in the wilderness, you're going along some really bad road, and all of a sudden things are a little more dangerous than what you'd expect them to be. Anyway, I'm gonna continue. The settlement of 𝗶𝗏𝗄𝗺 is still far. I'm looking for a place to park the car and spend the night in it. I don't want to drive these unfamiliar, narrow, winding roads in the dark. I can't decide on a spot. I want to get down lower in altitude to avoid the cold of the mountains. I keep driving in the hopes that I'll find what I want around the next turn. Then the next one. Or the next one again. And before you know it, I'm in complete darkness. I'm now just trying to find anything. Much of the road is too narrow to stop by the side. I need to find a spot with enough space for other cars to pass by. So I'm just along the road and I think it's probably time to call it a night. And I'm thinking of just parking around here, so pretty close to the road. Checking if there's anyone strange here. I'm sure that the people who are passing by are thinking the same about me. So from there to here, and that's going to be nicely out of the way. For some, this might be a completely shitty situation. Things kind of not gone to plan. But for me, I don't know. It's really, in a sense, kind of the essence of being alive. There's that element of the unknown. You don't know what's around the corner. There's just something really primeval in having some unpredictability in your life. And yeah, I think all this time just sort of staying put in one place and knowing that tomorrow is going to be exactly the same as today and yesterday and the day before. This is sort of totally the opposite of that. What generally worries me a little bit more are the cars passing by, while the gentleman up on the mountain told me that there are no bad people around here. You still don't know who is passing by. Around South America, you kind of get conditioned to be very cautious about where you camp. Generally, camping along the road is not the ideal thing to do. But this is a special kind of situation, and I think that actually continuing along this road that I have no idea about would be a little bit more dangerous at this stage. Another concern around here is landslides, but I'm not quite in the rainy season yet. A heavy downpour is very unlikely. And this area here seems pretty solid. The night rain ended up being pretty mild. It's magical to wake up to the sounds of nature. Now, with the sun up, I get to check out my surroundings. I'm gonna continue my journey. I'll probably get turned back at some time, but whatever, it's all for the sake of exploration and just seeing what's ahead. don't get very far. Roadworks. I learned that the delays are going to be long and that the road deeper into the national park is indeed closed. Rather than spend my time waiting for no particular reason, I decided to turn back. Yeah, I'm heading back to the mountains, but I'll actually see a little of this rainforest now. Kind of sucks, but then there's another entrance into the jungle, another 2 entrances actually, that I might check out either today or another day, but for now, I'm off. In daylight, it's clear just how different the scenery here is to the scenery of the high mountains that have surrounded me for the past 7-8 months. This is the big reason behind why I wanted to make this journey. To feel, to absorb this scenery. The final destination was nothing more than an excuse to go. All of the current madness around the world is irrelevant here. It feels so therapeutic. This happens to be one of the most biodiverse areas in the entire world. A few hundred meters up or down in altitude, and you have micro-worlds with completely different animal and plant species. I drive back up the mountain pass which brought me here. It feels like a portal to a different dimension. As I climb back up in altitude, the weather changes again. Soon I'm amidst the clouds, just like I was when I came here. The other side of the mountain. I pass through the same towns and settlements, and again, I'm driving the asphalt roads. A change of directional plans in this land isn't a setback. It simply means that you have a chance to see something completely new. 𝗓𝗶𝗲𝗚, ancient burial towers that have been around since before the Incas. A single lifetime isn't enough to explore this country and all of its mysteries. Tomorrow I'll decide on my new direction.